Kovac is an Australian music legend, a rebel in the true sense of the word. In his self-deprecating style, Herm says he has never had a real job, and yet he is obviously very much part of the establishment of his industry. Herm's music career started at school and then moved through bands that included many famous musicians, such as AC/DC's Malcolm Young, finally becoming the drummer for the iconic 70s band, the Ted Murray Gang. Today, Herm is Australia's leading country music producer, with over 70 hits to his name. Herm talks about his early years.
It was horrible. I mean, from when I first started high school, probably in 1960-61, people used to call me Herman the German. People would wait after school to belt me up. Herman's Hermits came out with all their hits, then all of a sudden my name was cool, I was cool.
The moment someone discovers their future is truly a seminal event. Like many of his generation, one band cast a spell that would move a generation.
And the Beatles came out and that was it. That's when I decided, okay, I wanted to play music. Before I played drums, and I had a whole career playing in bands. Before that, when I was about 11 years old, I had this fascination with a recording studio, and I put that on the back burner knowing that one day I'd want to do that as well.
Herm Kovac started out in Newcastle, New South Wales, a working-class steel-producing city. Most of his generation looked forward to a basic education and then a good job. Not Herm.
I was probably in Newcastle's #1 band. We were working 4 nights a week, so I was probably the richest kid in school. If you wanted to become a really big band, you had to get out of Newcastle. So I remember telling everyone, we're going to Sydney to get somewhere in a band. Everyone said, look, you're wasting your time. Who's going to, you're not going to do it. No one, and that made me more determined to go and do it.
The early years were hard and stardom came, but it was not what he expected.
I left sixth form high school, played in a band, that was a Newcastle band. Then we moved to Sydney and we joined up with Malcolm Young, who's now in AC/DC. Then that band became Ted Murray Gang, TMG, and we were just lucky to have a lot of hit records.
It's those legends of Australian rock and roll, the Ted Murray Gang.
TMG.
It's Ted Murray Gang.
The Ted Murray Gang.
TMG.
The Ted Murray Gang.
Ted Murray Gang.
TMG. The Ted Murray Gang.
Jump in my car. I wanna take you home.
Jump in my Car had just become #1. Our agent bragged to us, okay, I've got your fee from $180 to $350. New Year's Eve in 1975, we were playing at Toowoomba to about 80 people. And I remember after the gig sitting on stage saying to Ted, well, if this is what a #1 record's all about, what's the point? And then a week later, Sherwood's manager, Roger Davies, took us over and our fee went up to $4,000 a gig, and we were just playing packed out Hordern pavilions, minor music bowls, and just continuously all around Australia,
Regrets are a waste of time, and Herm refuses to dwell on what could have been.
See, TMG and AC/DC were best of friends, mainly because, Malcolm and I were best of friends from when we were in a band together. And then I got a call from Malcolm one evening saying that the first AC/DC album, there were some tracks on there. They didn't have, the drummer couldn't cut it, the session drummer couldn't cut it, and would I come in and do it? And I was flying out the next morning for a TMG tour, so I couldn't do it.
From musician to engineer, Herm has an impressive discography.
So from then on, I went to record Midnight Oil, Divinals, Rose Tattoo, Kate Sobrano, Russell Crowe, you name it, And then every country artist there is, I've pretty well recorded.
From rock star to mentor, Herm Kovac continues to influence Australia's music industry and help the stars of tomorrow.
Think of the now, make the most of the now. Tomorrow may not come, and forget worrying about yesterday, because there's nothing you can do to change it.